welcome to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Akbene. If you're new here, you're welcome, and if you're returning, you're most welcome as well. Thank you so much for stopping by, and do hit the subscribe button, guys. So in today's video, I am going to be telling you guys about 4 syrups that you can use to gain weight. So the first syrup I'm going to be talking about is Cyprodine syrup, and mind you, I have used all these 4 syrups before because I used to be very underweight. I think from size 4 to 6, and I was really trying my best to gain weight, and I didn't used to be that size, but I felt sick. I had malaria, severe malaria, and I had to spend some time in the hospital, and after that I just couldn't gain my weight back. So I was skinny for like 4 years straight. All through university I was very skinny, and that's how come I was trying my hands on these appetite stimulants so that I can gain weight. So the first one I used is the Superdin Capsules. Okay, so the Superdin Capsules, I think it also has a syrup, but I use the capsules. When I was using it, it wasn't really making me eat a lot, but in my experience, I was able to finish my food. I could finish a plate of food. I didn't have any issue with appetite loss, and I was able to sleep well, you know. But the way I expected it to work, because my friends who recommended it to me were really like they gained weight. They were like, it really made them sleep a lot, they ate a lot, they were drowsy all the time, they were very restful. But with me, I was just able to eat 3 times a day, and I could finish my food. It wasn't that bad, but because it worked for them, I felt like I should add it to the list, because everybody is different. My system is different from yours. I don't know why it didn't really work for me as I thought it would. But yeah, it's also a good appetite stimulant that you can use to gain weight. If you're like me, I don't know what I'm made of, and you buy it and it doesn't work for you, I'd advise you to just put a stop to it, because along the line, I think when I was halfway through. It has 30 pills in it, and you have to take it once a day. I was halfway through and I started getting headaches, and I realized it was the capsules that was giving me headache. But my friends, I asked them, and they were like, they never experienced anything like that with the syrup or the capsules, so I just had to put it aside. But I don't know whether it was because I was taking the capsules and not the syrup, because I usually go for syrups anytime I was trying weight gain supplements, or weight gain products, okay, or medicines. So probably because I was taking the capsule and not the syrup, it was giving me headache. I don't know if you've also experienced something like that whilst using it. You can leave a comment in the comment section. If you've had any other side effects, you can let me know in the comment section. So along the line, I moved on to take Tres-orix. I think I have used Tres-orix like twice, and let me tell you something, Tres-orix is a very good appetite stimulant. Okay, in my experience, it really helped me to eat a lot. I was drowsy, I was eating, I was gaining weight, and the weight gain is not very rapid. It's not very rapid. You would see changes in about 2 weeks. Okay, in my experience, I saw changes in 2 weeks, and it was very gradual. You can give it a try. It's a very good one. You would gain massive weight, and probably I should have continued to a second bottle, but I just wasn't feeling it, so I stopped taking it. This was about 3 years ago or something. So the next syrup that I have on my list is Dynewell, guys. Dynewell is, I think it's made in Ghana, and the taste, in fact, the Tres-orix and then the Dynewell, they have similar taste. Most of the appetite stimulants I've tried, they all have similar taste, because they contain, or they have cyproheptadine in them, so it really tastes very nice. It made me sleep a lot, and I ate a lot. Okay, Dynewell was the bomb too. It was the bomb, but it just stopped working along the line. I was taking it, but I wasn't eating as much as I was when I first started it. Okay, so it wasn't really working along the line, so I had to put a stop to it as well. That's not to say that it's not going to work for you, because it's like my system is so different. My system is so different, and I am someone who wants something to just work for me. Like, I want to at the time, I was very desperate to gain weight. I wouldn't lie to you, because I used to feel bad about how I looked. So I was just trying my hands on whatever I could find. So the Dynewell is one that you have to consider too. If you can't find Biko-Actin in your country, get Dynewell if you have it. It's really going to work for you. So the next one is Heptopep. So Heptopep, in my experience, was very good. It made me eat a lot. I slept a lot. I was drowsy for about 3 days, and most of the medicines, I was drowsy for just about 3 days. So the Heptopep also works very well. It's similar to the Tres-orix and then the Dynewell. It makes you sleep, it makes you eat well, you know, you are restful. Heptopep is really nice. Like, it works. When I took it, I think I gained weight, and then after a few weeks, I think 3 weeks after, that was when I lost appetite again. Most of these medicines I took to gain weight, it was like once you stop taking them, after some time you lose appetite. I don't know whether it was just me, but in my experience, that was how it was for me, until I found the Biko-Actin. If you haven't watched that video, please go back and watch it. It's on my page. I'll be leaving the link as well. You can go back and watch it. That was the only appetite stimulant that actually worked for me. And even after I stopped taking it, 2 months after, I was still eating a lot. But this video is about the 4 syrups that can also help you gain weight, and it's like a substitute to that Biko-Actin syrup that I spoke about. So the 4 syrups has Cyprodin or Superdin Capsules, there's Dynewell, there's Tres-orix, and then there's Heptopep. They are also very good appetite stimulants that can be a substitute to Biko-Actin. Okay, a few people reached out to me saying it wasn't working, Biko-Actin wasn't working for them. They never got sleepy, they weren't hungry all the time, you know. So I was like, okay, probably the same way I took Cyprodin syrup or Cyprodin capsules, I took the capsules instead, and it wasn't really working for me as I expected it to, because everybody was making noise about it, like Cyprodin syrup, it will make you gain weight, it will make you eat a lot, blah blah blah. Only me, I went to take it, and no show. It made me eat just like normally, like I was eating well, but the way you'd be hungry like 8 times a day, you'd be restful, you'd be feeling sleepy and all that, I didn't have any experience of the sort. Okay, so probably the same way I wasn't having all the normal signs of taking an appetite stimulant is the same way someone who is taking Biko-Actin. I swear by Biko-Actin, I hyped it, it really worked for me. A lot of people have hyped it, but there's always a section of people, like 0.1 out of a million, who would feel like, nah, this thing doesn't work for me, though it's working for everybody. All hope is not lost. If you've taken Biko-Actin and it didn't work with you, or it wasn't compatible with your system and didn't help you gain weight, you can try these 4. Okay, not that you should buy all the 4, Cyprodin, Tres-orix, Heptopep, and then Dynewell, and then you be taking them and be mixing them. Please don't do that. When you take Tres-orix, please give it like a month interval, and if it doesn't work for you, then you can now try the other one. So if you're taking any of these drugs, I really wouldn't advise you to be jumping from one drug to the other. Maybe you took Tres-orix this month and then next month you are trying Heptopep or something. I really wouldn't advise that. So if you took the Tres-orix or you took any of these medicines that I mentioned previously, you can do certain things that would help you gain weight, so that it wouldn't be like it's just the medicine that is pushing you to eat or to get the body goal that you want. So what you can do is to find a protein shake, very good ones that you can take alongside the Tres-orix whilst eating and sleeping. The one that I've tried before is the Herbalife. I remember when I first started taking the Biko-Actin syrup, I was taking Herbalife along. So that time I was very skinny. I was size 6. So the Herbalife really helped me. That was when I moved from size 6 to 8. Okay, the Herbalife really helped me. I took the protein shake, and I think I'll leave what I took on the screen. I don't have it now. I don't have any of the syrups now, so I'll just leave it on the screen for you guys to see. And there are so many other protein shakes in the system that you can take alongside the 4 syrups that I mentioned. So if it's not working for you, don't rush to go and change it, because it might not be good for your body for you to be changing drugs anyhow. So please, you can get protein shakes, or if you don't have money, or you don't want to break the bank to get protein shakes for yourself, you can just do your own smoothies at home. So if you ask me which amongst the 4 is the best, I would say Tres-orix, because I didn't like my experience with the Cyprodine. Dynewell worked, Heptopep worked, but not as much as I would have wanted. But Tres-orix was one that really made me sleep a lot. I was restful, and even after I had stopped taking it, I was able to eat for some more, about 2 to 3 weeks before my appetite left again. So above all, I will choose Tres-orix. Okay, if you ask me, that's my honest opinion. So we've come to the end of today's video. I hope this helps someone out there, because I know it's hard if you are very skinny and you are finding ways and means to gain weight, and it's kind of like affecting your mental health. I would advise you, my humble opinion, do not let it affect you at all, because a time will come. I didn't know I would gain weight and be like this and have chubby cheeks and all, but it just happened. And I think adulthood is past. So if you are younger and you are skinny and you are really worried about, oh, you don't want to be skinny, blah blah blah, just know that a few years to come, you're not going to be like that anymore. Probably you wouldn't be like that. Like, chances are 80 out of 100 you would gain weight. It's like adult body is going to come, though you can use these things to help you gain weight, because it's been long since I took actin syrup, and I am still gaining weight. So please do not let it affect you. Do not let it affect your mental health or affect your self-esteem. Okay, we are all beautiful the way we are. See you on my next video, guys. Bye.